like Betty Boo characters all around the house. And I thought, this isn't for me. And then I went to New York and I thought, this is for me. There are rats everywhere.
That's it.
You like rats?
Yeah, I do.
See,
yeah.
New
I
York,
love rats,
New
yeah.
York, the people in New York are the good part of it. Like the rats are the bad part of it. And it's the opposite. I feel like the vermin in Boston might be the good part. And the
I'm
people
impartial to rats. I don't mind them. I know that's controversial, but I don't mind a rat.
I don't mind them if they're 5 feet away.
Yeah,
I don't like when they get closer than that.
Yeah, if you're at the tube, or what's your version of the tube? The subway. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want
If
a
you're
rat
going to
from
say
the
our
subway.
words, say it in the way it needs to be said.
The subway.
That wasn't, I don't know. Who was that? That was not, I don't know who that was.
Subway?
We're going to say tube. So you have to say the subway.
The subway. You just said that in a British accent.
Subway.
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 The subway.
There we go. Okay,
There we
better.
go. Well, when you're in the subway and there's rats, I wouldn't like them because they're dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Where have
wouldn't
you
mind-
seen a clean rat?
Well, I did a show once and I had rats crawling all over me and
What?
they were very clean.
Well,
Wait.
we have a lot of questions.
So I don't.
Do
This
we have
is
time
like.
for all of our
Love that we're
questions?
swapping over. You carry on. Yeah,
I'm not- yeah, we're doing a show
yeah,
now.
sorry, my bad. Yeah.
You were. What were you? You were like laying down and they were crawling all over you.
So I was in an underground cave.
Yeah.
And each section had different animals, and one of them were rats. And actually, that was the best part of the whole experience was the rats.
Like,
Nothing could be worse. Than
was
that.
this like British Fear Factor?
It was like, do you have like I'm a Celebrity out there? Get me
No.
out of here.
No.
It's just you
oh,
guys.
I've heard. I've honestly,
Yeah,
I've heard
you go
something
to
like that.
Australia and you just get fucked. By
So it's
all
that good?
animals. Yeah. My WikiFeet score is still high.
What is it?
Well, I'd say it's a 4.5.
You're talking
That's not great.
You're talking a 5.0 over here.
Yeah,
this
well,
guy's
When
got
do you
feet
ever get your feet out? A lot.
No, not really.
Okay.
But it's
well,
like an old picture of like. I don't even know. Like it's on like in a reflection or something.
Ooh.
And then they upload it and
They
they're like,
call-
oh,
yeah.
his arches. And I'm
Yeah,
like, bro.
these
Oh,
feet.
you got
It's probably all
These
dudes.
feet
but
people
it's
are
fine.
hawks. They're internet sleuths.
Yeah. Yeah. A sleuth?
Sleuth.
What? A sleuth?
You never? Is that not a thing? An internet sleuth?
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
A
thank
sleuth?
you.
Oh, I'm just there.
Appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm
We have a
just
judge on the side. It's okay.
stupid. We don't see the sun.
Right.
So that is a factor. But I'd maybe do the London Eye if you've considered.
You're not really selling it. You're like,
Yeah.
well, maybe fucking do that. I don't know.
The London Eye is
whatever.
fun. Mum nearly passed out on that because it's actually quite high.
Is that the?
That's
wheel.
That's
Yeah.
the wheel, right?
Yeah,
I would do. I want to walk the Millennial Bridge.
Oh yeah,
we
fuck
could do
about
that.
the Millennial Bridge.
What is
Do
that?
It's the bridge.
London?
That's it.
Are you
That's the
talking about
only way.
London Bridge?
No, Millennial Bridge. I know.
What is that?
There's
What's
the Millennial Bridge. Listen, I've done enough research on Harry Potter.
What is the Millennial Bridge?
Is that what back me up here?
I have no idea what the
What
fuck
is
that
that? Can you Google it?
Tower Bridge?
Millennial Bridge.
Right
Oh.
here.
is. Millennium, dumbass.
Didn't I say?
You said millennial.
Oh yeah.
And
Sorry.
that's where I would have clocked that even if you said it right.
I mean,
But
yeah. You've a
true.
couple letters. You should have been able to get
I
that.
heard Buckingham Palace. Get a little outside.
Yeah,
there.
we got to go do that. Try to get bit by a horse
Yeah,
or
because
something.
you get they do that.
I know.
Are you into like role play or was
It's a
it
good
just for
question.
the-
I'd like to know that as well.
Yeah.
No, not really. It was
Okay.
just, it was fun. I let the accent take over, and I commit to the bit 1,000%. They
Yes.
know I've been screaming
Yeah.
in different languages this whole time.
That's
Yeah.
how it starts.
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
how
Once
it
you
starts.
once you take it from the studio.
It,
To
you
the
just
home.
begin,
No, but
yeah.
I get too into it. Like I will scream at people, and also we're gonna where should we go to have proper high tea?
What the fuck does that mean?
I love this.
am I-
I love that this
What
is
the
happening
fuck
because
does
all,
that mean?
all of the knowledge
Proper high-
that has come
you
out of
make
here.
me sound like Oliver Twist.
Honestly,
what he
everyone.
thinks.
That's what I imagine everyone here
you
sounds
think-
like.
We were in Scotland, and then all of a sudden he like stops. He goes, "Yo, there's a lot of like American music that
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
playing."
yeah.
I'm like, "What do you think? It was just bagpipes here?"
yeah.
I did.
Like,
I
that's
did.
all they just play on the radio.
Absolutely, yeah.
you
Here's
did?
another hit from the bagpipes.
We did Sexy Red. Sexy
By the way,
Red.
you're also talking to someone that my music taste stopped at 2009.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it
So
really?
yeah, you're naming people I.
What, like, who's that chick, Rihanna and David Guetta?
That's very specific, but yeah, maybe.
I would say even before that.
Yeah,
honestly.
I would say like way before, like Atlanta-based rap, and stuff that you might not even Dem franchise boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Chingy.
What?
Chingy.
You remember
feels-
Chingy?
I know who
say that.
Chingy is, but
I mean,
Jesus.
come on, these
What
are
is that?
icons of the game back in the day.
Icons is a very loose term.
I think they are American icons.
Okay. Well,
Here's the issue that you're
right,
having.
yes.
Once he gets an opinion,
Yeah.
it's what the world is. So there's no telling him. He's like, oh,
Right.
wait, what? That's not it? I've
Yeah.
decided that it is.
Yeah.
So
Well, we were born and bred under the machine of the
Here we go.
American
Yeah.
political system. So anything outside of what we see right here
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
I'd like to pull the we from that and say he.
It's
Right.
Just
Oh,
you.
Joe went once and had a glass of wine in Portugal, and now he's a seasoned, world-traveled, cultured man.
He
I
sees
am
it,
definitely more cultured on the world than you, buddy.
A little bit more traveled, but you know.
But that's it. Like, the hen, right? And then it's going to have men that don't have many teeth, are extremely white, smoking fags outside the front.
Right.
Yeah. What?
We're going for that one.
Yeah,
we're going for that one.
yeah.
That's a difference in our country.
Yeah.
Oh, cigarettes.
Yeah, there you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
We're just like,
As soon as I said it, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
It's like, I don't know. That sounded pretty progressive.
I mean, it sounds like
smoking gay people.
yeah. It sounds like your racists are very similar to what ours are.
Yeah.
Like ours just have a Confederate flag on the outside.
Yeah, ours just aren't.
the no
as
teeth thing
obvious.
is big. I think
Big,
the
yeah.
less
Yeah.
teeth you have, the more, you
Probably
know.
racist.
Yeah, a
Right.
beer. If I'm getting a beer, it's poured best and tastes best by someone behind the bar that hates themselves and most of the people that come into that pub.
Completely agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look for that, and I think you'll be fine.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the uglier the staff, the better the beer.
Yeah.
Got it.
Every story I've heard about that place
Yeah.
makes me want to go less.
I fucking love it.
I love it.
I saw someone stick a funnel up their arsehole, fairy liquid and water, squirt it out, and then slide onto the stage with it.
See, you don't
And
want to
that's why I
see
love
that?
it.
No.
Yeah, okay. And I went, and the first thing that I saw, there was a woman on stage, completely naked, had a bunch of red paint in her puss, and she was
Okay.
dipping a paintbrush and painting something beautiful.
I knew we'd met before.
You know? I remember walking outside and being like, I've never experienced something like that ever again. I need to go back tomorrow. I didn't go back, but
But you should have.
yeah, I should have.
It's like
2 days in a row
character
might be
building.
crazy. Alexander, I think.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Alexander the Great.
No, he didn't have
Yeah.
a sword in the stone. It was like Merlin's brother, like friend, right?
Merlin was a made-up thing.
Arthur, King Arthur. Thank you, Alexander.
Merlin, you're wrong too.
King Arthur, the legend of King Arthur is a
Who's
thing
Merlin?
too. Merlin is a wizard, but
No,
King
yeah.
Arthur is around there.
You were wrong, and
Now
somehow
you don't
trying to
believe
make
in,
it.
now you don't believe in wizards. Arthur was this. Sword in the Stone was a movie.
What did you just say?
I don't even hear that.
What did you
Sword
just
of the
say?
Stone?
Sword in the Stone is
Oh,
a
okay.
movie. It was
Oh.
a Disney movie, and they made other ones too.
The language barrier.
It's
Getting
too
really
much.
insane.
It's too
Now
much.
you're in. Yeah.
I just think, if two people are telling you, you might as well.
Here's the thing: the next time you're in New York,
Yeah.
we'll drug him, we'll drag him in,
Right.
and then we'll chain him to the balcony
Here's what's
so
up.
he has to watch.
My brother lives in New York, so I'm going to come over,
There we go.
drug you,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
and then we will take you.
How about this? If you can sit through the traffic on the George Washington Bridge,
Yeah. Why has he got a bridge?
I don't know.
It's the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, but why in New York? Wasn't he from like somewhere else?
These are questions outside.
Yeah.
of
Yeah, this is
I have
not
no
even.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm in Europe, of talking like an American, I'm like,
Why?
because I just feel like people are like, ugh.
Yeah, filthy.
Because I get like that. Like
Yeah.
if I was in Mallorca last year and there wasn't a lot of American people, but then I heard one in a
Oh,
restaurant and I was like,
right,
ew. It's like American scum. There's American scum here. Do you remember when we were underage, we went to a bar for St. Patrick's Day and there was an Irish guy there, like a real Irish person there.
Not the real one.
Yeah, it was a real one.
You know how he was watching rugby in New York City.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
is that how
he
you
was
can
committed
tell?
to the bit.
And
yeah.
he was so drunk. So on top of having the Irish accent, he was so drunk, and he was trying to have a conversation with me and Frank. And Frank just looking at him like, yeah, oh yes, 100%. But it's like you can't understand.
Well, we were out for St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah.
the parade, and we went, again, we were underage.
Yeah.
So we were like, we need to fit in. So I went up at 19 years old. It was like the first Guinness I've ever had. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, we just need to appear. Little did we know that they didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like they were
Yeah.
just like, who cares? Money's green.
They would have served a baby in that place.
Yeah.
They didn't get
People were heckling, and I didn't have a clue what they were saying.
that was
I
happening
was like,
to us.
"Hey, you're right, yeah."
In,
Not a
in
clue.
Glasgow, it was like that. They would yell stuff out, and I'd be like, I heard not that. I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Yeah.
And the crowd would laugh, but I'd be like, I have no idea. Like, what is that?
Yeah, you just got to roll with the punches. You
It's
know?
the language barrier.
Have that,
Oh,
though.
What, the Noro?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Yeah?
You want me to
I never
leave?
shit like that in my life.
first vacation with my girlfriend, best believe I'd never even ripped out a fart in front of this bitch.
Oh.
I had never done anything. I was like, I don't shit. Like, that's just not me. We went to Benidorm. I don't know if you know about Benidorm.
Talk
No.
to us like we have no idea.
No one's got any teeth.
Alabama sounds
It's
like.
all British over there, even though it's in Spain.
Love that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just hell, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it was the Noro or something. I'm shitting.
Yeah.
This is the worst
Like,
conversation.
I
Yeah.
have never, like, arms on the wall.
Yeah.
I had to get a flight home early. I need to shat myself on an EasyJet. I know you don't know what that airline is.
I do know EasyJet.
Yeah. Orange, which is overstimulating anyway. The whole airline's orange.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Is it?
Hell. It is like, it was hell. And then the other day I had food poisoning. I was vomiting as well. And to be honest with you, it's a lot.
I mean, you guys are still together, so like that was like the bridge. You got to the next
the
level.
Millennial Bridge.
I mean, you
Yeah.
fucking sprinted there.